Hi, it's me, the Zen Witch, and welcome to my first ever unboxing video of a tarot or oracle deck. So, really glad you're here. Let's not waste any time, okay? Uh, Today, I am going to be looking at the Elle Qui deck. This is a new release from US Games in 2019. Absolutely gorgeous deck, and full disclosure, I have already opened this deck. This was my birthday gift to myself a month and a half ago, and I tried so hard to keep it wrapped and get a video done. When it looked like it wasn't getting done, I couldn't stand it anymore. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. It has beautiful silver foil on the box, and I have to say that I'm thrilled with the new trend in boxing. In boxing decks. You know, it used to be the old cardboard box that you flipped open both ends and they fall apart and I would have to tape them together and everything. But the trend of these smaller, heavier boxes that, you know, then it went to like big boxes and hardback books and stuff, but this trend of the smaller, really nice quality boxes is good. I like it. So, Elle Qui Oracle by Melanie Delon, D-E-L-O-N, and Arwen Lynch-Poe. It did come wrapped in plastic, which of course is not there anymore. And you can see deck and guidebook. We have Elle Qui Oracle. The artwork is Melanie Delon. The guidebook is Arwen Lynch-Poe. And okay, here's another thing to like. For once, the artist is listed first. I have actually seen decks where it's like, you know, attributed to one person, and that's the person that wrote the meanings, and I had to actually search through the book to find the artist. So without an artist, you don't have a deck. That's what the images are what evoke in a tarot or an oracle deck, not necessarily the words, although they help. So I'm glad to see that the artist is put first. On the back it says, Elle Qui, which in parentheses means she who in French. Elle Qui Oracle features 44 magnificent female warriors and women of great compassion and wisdom. After experiencing everything from fear to freedom and hardship to hope, they now share all their powerful life lessons with you. Each card presents someone who will challenge and inspire you in unique ways. Elle Qui Oracle will help you discover layers of forgotten selves and new insights, includes 44 cards and 80-page guidebook. And as you can see, US Games, I'll post all those details below. So opening the box, and again, sturdy. It just feels really good and sturdy in the hand. And there's the book. Paperback, but with the stiff covers, so it's going to hold up. I like that. And the first thing that strikes me from this deck, and did from the minute I saw the box, is just the stunning, absolutely stunning artwork. The faces are so alive and soft and rich and beautiful. So yeah, that really, really stands out. And again, you know, when you're talking about a deck like this, it's the images that are going to really speak to you and that you make your connection with. It's through the right brain that you connect to the unconscious mind, which is where intuition lives. So having pictures that make you go, ooh, you know, that gets your child mind at attention as well. So that's a very good thing. And typical dedications and introductions, and then the cards. These cards are arranged alphabetically, and they each have a name. So, for example, Desiree, she who yearns, Desiree, yearn, longing, pine for. I like that there are 3 keywords right there, right off the bat, so you can hook in very quickly without having to read the whole thing. There's not a tremendous amount to read. And at the end of each, and we'll go into this farther as I start to review the deck, there are 3 questions that you can ask yourself. And we'll look at those. Let's look at the artwork first, okay? So, card backs. Beautiful. Beautiful butterflies and flowers. They are directional card backs, so this tells me that there are no reverses in this deck. that when you're reading them, there's a meaning for it, and whether it's upright or reversed, the meaning is the meaning, and that simplifies things mightily. A lot of oracle decks are that way. So let's look at the images here. She who battles, Abanolaka, and I love, love, love that the first card out of the deck is a woman of color and an African warrioress. I just love it. There are so many white-centric decks, and you know it's the culture that it sprang out of Western Europe, but this is wonderful to see. So she who battles, justice, fierce commitment. She who becomes, Eterna. Metamorphosis, transcend, journey. I'll try to get them a little closer for you. She who questions, Amalie. Curiosity, destiny, search. Look at the images. These faces are just stunning, and they're so realistic looking, but not, you know, again, there are many decks that have done that are photoshopped, that have done, you know, photographs and then digitally enhanced and digitally decorated and everything, and they're wonderful. There's not a thing wrong with that. However you get your deck produced is how you get it done. I have no arguments. But this has that like photographic realism, but with a softness, just a wonderful softness and an aliveness to it. And I love the passion flower there. Audaz, she who resists. Fearless, justified resistance. She who grants wishes, Alis. I won't read all of the keywords. She who brings light, Blanche, Blanche, which means white in French. Light, serenity, beacon. Oh, well, I guess I will do those keywords. Wish, desires, hope. And you can certainly start commenting. You know, like I said, this is the first of my unboxing videos. You can comment the things you'd like to hear about, the things you'd like me to say or tell you about. Etc. Blanche et bleue. She who loved once is blue. Fragile, secret love, rejection. She who surprises, breeze. Surprise, discovery, revelation. Lots of butterflies there. She who frees, Carly. Ooh, look at that. She's throwing her chains off. Throwing the chains into the ocean. That's pretty awesome. Liberation, unrestrained, freedom. She who nurtures, Colette. I don't know if you can see the white under the eyes there. Empathy, gentleness, insight. She who whispers, Conchia. Secrets, confessions, confidant. Again, I mean, these are almost photographic, but they're, I can tell they're not because they're just a little too perfect, but the artwork is incredible. She who yearns, Desiree, yearn, longing, pine for. She who regrets, Éclat. Battle, victory, bitterness. She who forgives, Elixir. Remorse, guilt, forgiveness. And the other thing about the faces is not only are they very realistic looking, I'm trying to get the light right here, but they're all very individual. A lot of times artists have a strong, definitive style, and even though the faces are different and coloring is different, of you know, hair and everything, they will still have a similarity. There's a style that carries through across. These look like actual individuals. These look like real human beings, sort of brought to perfection. She who doubts, Enid. Fear, wariness, trust. She's got a big old scar across her face. Yeah, no wonder she doubts. She who surrenders, Estefania. Chains, bondage, release. She who enfolds, Étreinte. Swathe, I guess that would be with the E on the end. Swathe, embrace, self-care. Wow. She who divines, Futura. And she's got a couple cards from a tarot deck. She's holding up the death card. Future, choice, judgment. She who radiates, Geneva. Ugh. Gorgeous. knowing, ambition, confidence. I love, love, love the face paint. And again, individual faces. Look how different, you know. She who listens, Hannah, understanding, witness, compassion. Okay, now look at the face on this. Can you tell she's listening? I can. That's just amazing. And you know, what I look for in a deck, whether it's tarot or oracle, is I look for images that I can connect with. I'm an empath, so I pick up on emotional currents and things I feel. And if I'm looking at a deck and I can see what's going on with their emotions, you know, in their faces, then it really pulls me. Iris, one of my favorite names. She who changes, transformation, change, enchantment. She who dreams, Isra, escape, dreams, fantasy. Look at her beautiful butterfly wings. She who calms, Jenna, stillness, purity, quiet. She who persists, Jocelyn, perspective, defiant, persistent. Again, looking at, you know, the difference in the faces, they're just so very individual. I mean, look at, yeah, you get it. You get it. She who emerges, Kamala, enlightenment, mindfulness, rise up. I like that they're not all the same part of speech. You know, enlightenment, mindfulness, those are nouns. Rise up. Yeah. You know, I like they're very evocative. She who sees, Makita, observe, perceive, scrutinize. She who waits, Manara, patience, waiting, determination. She who remains, Manatili, powerful, devotion, true worth. She who guides, Maputla. Look at that headpiece. Ooh, I want that. New path, guide, renewal. She who hesitates, Mora. Ponder, delay, confidence. She who avenges, Nemesis. Revenge, outcomes, justice. Ooh, she's awesome too. A glass of wine in her hand. She who thrives, Orchid. That's beautiful. Flourish, prosper, blossom. She who rises up, Pearl, empower, uplift, elevate. She who aches, Perpetua, sadness, solitude, silent, withdraw. That one's got 4 keywords. Wow. She who begins, Primavera, launch, actualize, potential. She who hopes, Renee, love, hope, relationships. So not a lot of women of color in here, but I'm glad to see them. She who instigates, Regina, leadership, provocation, power. She who is wild, Sauvage, untamed, wild, mysterious. She who creates, Shiala, creativity, originality, spontaneity. She who is present, Teraz, that's the one from the front of the deck, or front of the box. Now, awareness, acceptance. She who stands, Valencia, resolute, implacable, determined. She who flies, Valaris. Ooh, look at the bird skeleton there. Let's see how the focus is doing here. Dare, do, reach. So this is a test of my setup as well, too, y'all. She who knows, Yelena, wisdom, clarity, resolution. She who prepares, Zenith, formulate, strategize, devise. And then we're back to the beginning. So absolutely stunning cards, just stunning. They're a little big. I mean, the size, I can hold it like this to cut shuffle. You'd be, I haven't tried this way yet. Some readers absolutely will not shuffle cards this way. I do because it mixes them so well. So we're going to do 3 shuffles that way. And then I'm going to cut, shuffle, and ask if anybody wants to talk to me. So oracle decks are not like, with tarot, you're laying out a lot of cards to put a story together. Oracle decks lend themselves to grabbing one card and, what do I need to know? So let's see what they have to tell me. Okay, so 7 shuffles like that is what they say it takes to completely mix a deck, but now I'm just going to cut. And I also have a thing that I do here. I blow on them, and to me that just gives them breath, that breathes life into them and wakes them up. And there she is. So I ask who wants to talk to me, and then I wait for somebody to fly out of the deck, and she did. And so this is Colette, she who nurtures. Okay, beautiful amethyst on her forehead. Like I said, looking at some of these just in terms of clothing and headpieces and stuff, I'm going to cop some ideas here. Okay, Colette, she who nurtures. And the question that I hold in my mind when I'm trying out decks and things is the question everybody should hold in their mind when they're going for a reading and they don't have something very, very specific, or even if they do have something very specific, the most important, all-encompassing, door-opening question that you can ask is, what do I need to know right now? That just opens the door to any information. And then, so when I'm doing a reading for people and when I'm doing these unboxing videos, you're going to get a lot of tips here because I've been a professional reader for several decades. When people sit down to do a reading, I ask them to frame in your mind all of the situations that you want clarity about. Okay? Because sometimes it's hard for people to formulate an actual question verbally. And if they ask a very specific question, then it's going to shift the cards towards that question. It's going to shift things towards that specific context. But when I'm doing the first initial reading, which is just don't tell me anything, the best question to frame is, what do I need to know right now? And once I go over the whole spread, I'll say, is there anything I forgot I didn't mention that you want to know about, anything you want clarity on, anything that you need me to say again? And then we'll ask for questions, and then we can, focus in and hone the reading. Okay, so Colette, she who nurtures, empathy, gentleness, insight. Colette, she who nurtures, entwines her hair with a soft crown of flowers and leaves. The name Colette means necklace in French. I did not know that, but it makes sense. Because this is cou, le cou. Okay, the name Colette, I already said that. She also wears a delicate gold chain adorned with an amethyst and tiny pink pearls. The soft luminescence of the pink pearls and the blossoms reflect Colette's gentle nature and her nurturing heart. Purple amethyst is a stone that promotes healing from grief, ding, 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 as well as a sense of balance and peace. On Colette's forehead, it signifies the third eye chakra, the source of her insight and intuition. She instinctively knows what others are feeling, so she's able to nurture those who need her gift of empathy. This card brings a gentle message of hope and healing. When you are troubled, turn to those around you and let them see what you need. If you are lucky, you may encounter one of those rare souls who see at a glance exactly what you are experiencing. You will recognize the knowing souls like Colette by the empathetic depth in their eyes. Allow yourself to be nurtured back to health and happiness. And so this, I was going ding, 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 because my mother passed away exactly a month ago. And so I'm in healing. I'm healing from grief, and I'm still in grieving, actively grieving and healing. So that part really hit. The purple amethyst that promotes healing from grief. So that's what tells me that this was, that I connected with the deck. And the third eye chakra, I'm a psychic. I'm a reader, I'm an astrologer, and so I function from my third eye a lot of the time. I'm a priestess. And the gentle message of hope and healing. And, what I've been doing through my mother's passing, I was able to stand as priestess for my whole family and guide us all through, and definitely a lot of nurturing was happening, and I received it in return. And the last 2 days, I've been just cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking. So there's the nurturing there too. And yes, I do have those people that get me and that I know I can go to when I need that kind of support. So the 3 questions at the end of each card in the book has 3 questions that you can ask yourself to kind of clarify and go deeper, and these are wonderful. So this has, when do I need to be more gentle with myself? Do I allow myself to be nurtured by others? And who can I share my gifts of empathy and insight with? Well, the answer to that last one is you. You. And do I allow myself to be nurtured by others? Yes, I do. I didn't used to. And that goes back to my relationship with my mother, and I won't go into that, but I've had to learn how, and the answer to that is an emphatic yes now. And when do I need to be more gentle with myself? I learned that a long time ago too. So I'm getting even better at it. So yeah, I would say this deck, going to give it a star rating here. So when I do these unboxings, we're going to rate things according to pentagrams. How many pentagrams do they get? I'm going to rate it according to the artwork, according to the writing and the meanings, and according to the it factor. Okay? The it factor is this deck alive? Does it answer my questions? Do I connect with it? You know, it's that indescribable. That's why I call it the it factor, because you really can't put it into words. So artwork-wise, absolutely 5. 5 pentagrams out of 5. I just want to go through and swim in these cards. They are so absolutely luscious, just luscious. And I want the makeup, I want the clothing, I want the jewelry. They're very, very attractive. And that's an important thing. I was talking about child mind, but there is something that, you know, Spirit wants to attract you into your best life. And when you have an oracle like this that is so very attractive, and it makes you want to go in, it makes you want to ask questions and get the answers, and so it's very easy to connect with in that regard. So 5 out of 5 pentagrams for artwork. I think I got to give it a 5 for writing too, and that's because, I mean, the writing's very good, and I connected with what it was saying, but beyond that, the fact that there are 3 quick keywords right on the card. You know, you've got she, who, so you have the, you know, the concept of the card, the name, and then those 3 quick keywords, boom, boom, boom. That's going to make it much easier down the line as you learn to work with the deck, especially if you're going to use it to read for other people. That you don't have to go to the book every time and, you know, read laboriously. You can hit those keywords and say, I remember what this is about. And that also then gives you, opens the door to you infusing it with your own experience and your own nuances of meaning. And then absolutely those 3 questions at the end. Those are amazing. Those are this is just a spectacular deck. I was drawn to it immediately, and I'm so glad I got it. So hearty recommendation here. I had to wait a little bit for it because I think they're getting inundated with orders, but I would have to say that I can absolutely recommend this deck if you dig oracle decks, if you do readings just for yourself, for other people, whatever you want to use it for. It's an amazing deck. I hope you enjoyed this first unboxing. There are many more to come. I have a collection of nearly 150 decks. I will be buying myself more. And so below, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what decks you would like to see me review. I may put up a menu. I have a menu of all the tarot and oracle decks and tools that I have, so that you can see, you know, ones that I can get to very easily. But if there's a deck that's brand new, whatever it is, and you'd like to see me review it, please put a comment down below. I've loved doing this. I can't wait to do more, and I've loved having you with me. Blessed be everybody.